Hello. Normally, welcome to Brave in Action. I do a live show almost every Wednesday. Actually, I have an interesting thought on that. Almost every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Central. And typically it is reserved for people who are in my Brave on Purpose Collective, which is a free group for people who are ready to live a bigger, bolder, braver, more joy-filled life. Lots of those folks are entrepreneurs, but not everyone is. And everyone there is looking to help revolutionize the concept of brave, is there to find their everyday brave. And they understand that by embracing that brave work, they choose bigger, they win bigger, and it's contagious. I also run this live show on my YouTube channel. But today I decided to actually go live also on my personal page. So, hey, friends, if you're just regular friends, you're like, what's Heather up to? Why is she here? Why is she live? It's because the topic is something that I know so many of you are feeling in so many ways. I often talk very directly to entrepreneurs, but I also support and work with a ton of people who work in the corporate industries. And corporate burnout is a real thing. There's so much to talk about there. There's so much to dig into there. Burnout in general, burnout in life, burnout in business is clearly a big thing. Burnout in parenthood, even in friendships and partnerships, right? Like, how many of you feel wildly tapped out, wildly stretched, wildly exhausted? Yes, we know this is a real thing, but we don't often talk directly to people who work in the corporate world about burnout. And I wanted to just chat with you all about it today because I'd love for you to think about what's creating that level of burnout for you. Is it because the environment is toxic? Do you not have the kind of support that you need? Or are you not asking for the kind of support that you need? Do you work for the type of company that gives unlimited PTO, but you don't take the unlimited PTO? Well, then maybe you're snowballing into your own version of burnout and making some assumptions that aren't there to serve you. There are a lot of different ways and a lot of different reasons that we can be experiencing burnout. Usually it stems from not having any kind of work-life balance or harmony. And I know there's somebody who's like cringing. Oh my gosh, Heather said balance, 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 balance. So many of you want to call bullshit on balance. And I do call bullshit on the type of balance that we've been packaged and sold for a long time, which is that it's all supposed to be equal, because it's not all supposed to be equal. That isn't the way life works. It's not even the way our timing works, right? If you have a job, you go to that job, you're there 6 to 9 hours a day. You come home, there's a certain amount of time, finite amount of time, and then we all have to sleep, right? So there's no way it could all be equal. It's not a physical possible thing. So I'd like for you to redefine what you think it means to be balanced. And here is my definition of balance. This is the definition that I talk about extensively in my upcoming book, Fuck Fearless, Making the Brave Leap, coming out on October 28th, is that balance is the way you feel at the end of the day, the week, the month, the year. How do you feel about the way that you're spending your time and the things that you're doing with your time? If those things feel good to you, you're pretty balanced. If they don't, then it's time to dissect it and take it apart and figure out what's not working. Where are the pain points? What doesn't feel good? And then can you set a boundary around what doesn't feel good? Can you ask for support? Can you delegate? Can you take something off your plate? One really simple task is take a look at that long list of things on your schedule. How many meetings do you have that could be emails instead of meetings? How many meetings do you have that you don't actually need to be a part of, but somehow you got looped in? Can you take yourself off of those lists? Things like that. Looking at that. How often are you staying focused and batching your time and getting shit done versus talking to people? And I know we're not really in offices right now. Some people are, but most people aren't. But what does that look like virtually? Does it mean you have a DM up constantly and you're constantly getting pinged? Does it mean you're distracted by something else? Like, what is making you feel anxious and burned out? And here's something that I've been experiencing a lot for myself in the last couple of weeks, because I am tired, folks. I don't know. I don't know how I do this to myself. We had a nice, chill couple of months, and then all of a sudden, everything happens all at the same time. Does anybody else ever experience that? It happens all at the same freaking time. Onboarding 3 new staff members, doing the final edit of my book. There's the paper version. It's not what you're going to see when you get the book, I promise. Doing the final proof and edit of that, getting ready for a huge book launch, starting a second podcast, celebrating over 182 episodes of the Brave Files podcast, getting to creating a brand new immersive multi-day workshop that's coming out in January, preparing for a new cohort of the Intentionally Brave Entrepreneurs. Oh, and trying to be an active partner, an active present parent, and not lose my damn mind. I feel like we had this year of 2020, which is the missing year. How many of you feel like whenever you think about, oh, I did that last year, what you really mean was 2019, not 2020, because we almost did nothing in 2020. I don't know about you, but I say that all the time. Oh yeah, last year. I'm like, oh no, that was 2 years ago because we lost a whole year. And we learned so many lessons, and there's so much of it sucked, but so much of it was really eye-opening. We learned to be creative. We learned to pivot. We learned we could do hard things. We learned to reconnect with ourselves and with our families, or how do we get quiet time when there's a house full of people, or can I go out for a walk? Does a bath save me here? Like whatever it is. But what I heard resoundingly over and over and over again from everyone was, it was nice to not be in the hustle all the time, to drive and back and forth and the looking for parking and having to put on real pants and activities and all this and that. And we thought we're going like the little Energizer bunny all the time. And then it all stopped and it was weird. And then we're like, oh, maybe we don't want to go back to that. And yet here we are. Like if you're out there watching this and you haven't gone back to the full hustle, holler and let me know how you've done it. Because all of a sudden I've now got 4 kids back in 3 schools with after school activities and drop-offs and pickups and all of the work stuff. And now people want to do social stuff again, which is awesome because I miss my friends and I love you, except I'm tired and it's exhausting and I have all of these deadlines and I'm doing all of these crazy things, right? And so we are the only ones that can control that for ourselves. Nobody else has the skill set or the power or the ability to do that. We are the ones, and this is so much of what the Brave Method is about, and it's why it's for everyone. It's for you if you are an entrepreneur. It's for you if you work out in the corporate workforce. It's for you if you are a stay-at-home parent. It's for you no matter where you are in your life. The Brave Method is about teaching you to get to know yourself, to understand what is working, what isn't working, where you actually want to go, and to start creating plans to get there. So if you are experiencing corporate burnout, I would love for you to sit down and think about what isn't working. Why am I crazy all the time? What's making me mad or frustrated? And is there anything within my control or my power to change? Can I change my schedule? Can I change the way I approach a situation? Can I ask for what I need or ask for more support? Can I set a boundary? Can I be more clear in my expectations, right? We can only control ourselves. We can't change anyone but ourselves. But when we change ourselves, we change the people around us. That happens by default. There's absolutely no way around it. A great example is if you're the one that shows up to a meeting and you're cranky and you're bitchy and you're short-tempered, people are going to be cranky and bitchy and short-tempered back. That's just the way that works. If you show up in the meeting and you say, okay, folks, let's make this the best meeting ever. Let's start with what feels good. What are our wins this week? What did we all do well? What are we happy about? Okay, get those through. Now let's think about what were our challenges? What were our lessons? What are our new opportunities, right? You can set the stage for all of those things. You can say, no, I'm sorry, I can't take that meeting at 7 a.m. Or no, I'm sorry, I won't be able to take that call at 10 p.m. You get to say those things. You have the right to say those things. You have the right to set boundaries and create balance and get support and delegate and ask for what you want. All of those things must come together if we want to avoid burnout. We don't have to wait until the bottom falls out to create change. And again, that is what the Brave Method is all about. That is what my new book, Fuck Fearless, is all about, is teaching us how as humans, no matter what our situation is. It's a 360 approach: life, business, family, community, friendship, anything, whatever it is, a 360 approach on how to think creatively and strategically, to solve problems, to plan, to create, and to have what you truly desire and deserve. You deserve all of these things. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel harmonious and balanced. You deserve to feel settled and joy filled. And that is what I'm here to help you do. So I hope that you will take this opportunity to reflect on what feels really uncomfortable, what is really painful for you, and then hit me up. Make a comment below here, send me a DM, whatever you want to do, and let's talk about it and see if we can help you build your way out of either the corporate burnout you're in or the direction that you might be heading. I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me here today. It's always fun to connect. We had lots of eyeballs at one point. So, hey, friends, I'd love to know what you're out doing today, how you're choosing bravely, what you're celebrating, what you're grateful for, how you feel like you're winning. Comment below. Again, send me a DM and let me know. And if this excites you and you're interested and you want to learn more about my book or maybe support the book launch, which would be amazing, anybody and everybody can support the book launch. You don't have to be in the book industry. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. Basically, what it means is that you like me and you think that I've put out a cool product here and you'd like to help me spread the word. Let me know. Drop a comment below, or again, get in my DMs and let me know that you would like to learn more. And I'll just tell you how you could be supportive and you would have my undying love and gratitude in doing so. And I would really appreciate it. I want to hear from you. I want to connect with you. That's my favorite part of the work I do, is the opportunity to connect with the folks out there and find out what's happening real time in your world and in your life. And if I can play a small part in making that more joy-filled, more brave, and more adventurous for you in all the right ways, that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much. This is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every day to go out and choose bravely. And I'll talk to you soon, friends. I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. This live show, it's different every week, will be specifically in Brave on Purpose and via my YouTube channel. So come join us in Brave on Purpose. Just look Brave on Purpose up in Facebook or go to vickeryandco.com/Brave on Purpose. And voila, there you are. See you then. Thanks. Bye.